There is so much hunger for your clients and your patients to relate to you. She was explaining me how she was abused in her childhood and she had experienced so much trauma and so much difficulties, and one of the biggest things she was using to cope was food. Even the times when she's really stressed nowadays or when she's very anxious, she turns to food to cope. And kind of the things that I mentioned to her was that I used to struggle with that as well, because when I came to Australia for the first time and I had to give up everything and start from zero, I was so depressed. I felt like I had no identity. I was to start from scratch, everything. I was not even recognized as a dietitian. I had no social media. I was no one. I remember for at least 3 weeks, I had a jar daily of peanut butter day after day. I was just using that as a coping mechanism. My mind was just fucked. That was my coping. And she thanked me because she felt like I was a real person that struggled as well. I wasn't even trying to relate to her consciously. I was just automatically connected to her struggles because I felt the same frustrations when I was just searching for something to feel better. But I know much better now, and everything comes down to self-awareness, interoceptive awareness, skills that allow you to be more present and have much more intention when you choose and make certain decisions around food. When you want to feel pleasure or go against something that is uncomfortable, that is bothering you. And food is not necessarily the escape. And that's what I realized. Another thing I found very powerful with our conversation is that she's been in therapy and seeing a psychiatrist for a while as well. The first time I spoke to her, I just mentioned that she needed structure and she needed to work on her nutrition, just on the basics. Nothing overwhelming, just being mindful, intentional, and have some structure so she could reset her eating patterns and she could just go on a much better pattern overall across the day and stop those cravings or grazing food throughout the day and then ending up binging. So that was just a basic message. But she today talked to me about how she's feeling so much more in tune with her intentions of trying harder to reestablish that pattern. And the other thing that I found interesting is she said that she, for the first time, realized that there was for her a good analogy of a frequency in FM and AM in the radio. And she felt like nowadays she's feeling like she is encountering people that are in tune in her same frequency. And before, whatever triggered her in the past used to be completely against what the frequency she was. And something that I wanted to take her more aware on is you want to be in the same frequency and search and try to surround yourself with the people that are in tune in the same frequency as you, that they want the same things, they want for you the best, trying to help you and support you, and set healthy and strong boundaries with those that come against that, interrupting you or stop telling you positive things or reinforcing the positive things, and they kind of try to pull you out of your commitment, out of your motivation, and that be the one thing that triggers you to fall back into your old behaviors or something that it makes you feel like you're not going to be able to make it.